Summers are like summer. To me, that's by a cottage, by the lake, around a fire, marshmallow on a poker, into the fire, get that burnt, ooey, gooey, hot, prep a graham cracker, some chocolate, marshmallow goes on top of the chocolate, then the graham cracker again, squeeze. Beautiful, like candy-like sandwich. That's summer. A little different here today because I've replaced the cottage with this modern looking kitchen, and the fire is gonna be this oven. Same principle though. Now, if you haven't seen my previous episode, Making Homemade Marshmallows, definitely check that out because they play a key component here. For the graham crackers, it's been a constant complaint of mine, living in Belgium and not having access to graham crackers. So screw it, I'm gonna make my own. For that, we will need half a cup of butter, half a cup brown sugar, 3 cups of flour, 2 of whole wheat, 1 of all-purpose, half a cup of milk. Don't know if it's worth it to bring it all the way over here. Spilling. We'll be using a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1/3 cup of honey, teaspoon of baking soda and baking powder, pinch of salt. Firstly, I'm gonna add my room temperature butter and my brown sugar. Cream it together. One-third cup honey, vanilla extract, add the flour, baking soda, baking powder, milk. Keep on mixing. Now I will mix the remainder with my hands. Now once you get your dough together, it doesn't need to be perfect. It's kind of like, you know, something like this. And this goes in the fridge for like an hour. It needs to firm up. It's firmed up. It's ready to go. Flour your work surface. Flour your rolling pin. First, we're gonna roll our dough. Now we wanna get it really thin because these are little crackers, right? These aren't thick boys. I think that's pretty thin. This is like between 1/8 and 1/4 of an inch. The surface of a knife beside it, really thin. So what we gotta do is cut out our shapes of our graham crackers, and we're gonna do that. I have this chicken broth bouillon box, but it's the right dimensions, which is 2.5 inches this way and 5 inches this way. Let's cut out our graham crackers. These crackers off the table, put them onto our parchment paper. Reuse the scraps. Now you're gonna take a knife and we're scoring the top of this dough, about 50% down. That's gonna act as that little snap. Now you're gonna take this fork and you're gonna poke this little pattern on each half of each cracker. Let's throw this into our preheated oven, set to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 176 degrees Celsius for like 15 minutes. But like, keep an eye on it. Monitor the situation. Okay, graham crackers, check. And I let them air dry. Crackers. Moving on. Now, as I mentioned, make sure that you check out my last episode because I make these. These are homemade marshmallows. I go into more detail in the previous episode of how delicious these actually are. The one thing I'm curious about is how well they hold up in the oven when you heat them up and then squeeze them into 2 graham crackers. Now I got our graham crackers. We got our marshmallows. Something's missing. Now you're gonna wanna make sure that you pick up some milk chocolate because it melts quicker. And when you have some marshmallows in the oven, I think a chocolate that melts a bit faster is a good idea. Baking tray, parchment paper. Remember the little slit that we made in our graham crackers right through the middle? What we wanna do is graham crackers, chocolate, marshmallow. So my oven's set to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like 200 degrees Celsius on the broiler setting. And I'm gonna put this on the top rack so that the marshmallow is just underneath that broiler, and I'm gonna cook these for like 2 minutes. So the marshmallows didn't get that char on the top, which is what I was hoping for. I'm gonna try again. Hey. Now this is truly just a delicious summer snack. That's what it reminds me of, summer. Now super easy to make, doesn't take that long, providing you made your own marshmallows, providing you made your own graham crackers. Everything else though, just putting it together like a little chocolate sandwich, you know, it's super easy. Campfire s'more without the campfire. Anything is possible. Okay guys, that's all I got today. Thank you so much for watching. Super appreciate it. If you enjoyed this show and you're not a subscriber, you should definitely jump on that. If you are a subscriber, sweet stuff. I love it. I've left the link for my Patreon down below in the description, and if you're interested in becoming a producer of the show, like these lovely people on the screen right now, you can definitely sign up for that. And if you're not interested, totally cool too. See you soon.